I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but as of the last 10 years, Hollywood just can't stick the landing when it comes to adapting anything from source material. Which I find very strange, since you would think already having a story in front of you would make the task of making a TV show or movie far easier. Now I want to go ahead and list off a few of the most recent disasters as of the last decade. First of all, even though this seems like ages ago now, the biggest TV show of all time, Game of Thrones, only concluded about 6 years ago. But it really started to go downhill in season 5, which aired almost exactly 10 years ago. And with the disaster of Game of Thrones, you would think Hollywood would have learned its lesson and gotten it together in terms of storytelling regarding adaptations. But alas, they have only seemed to get worse. Just going off the top of my head, some of the most recent disasters include, but are not limited to, basically every single Disney live action, House of the Dragon Season 2, The Last of Us Season 2, and to just make this quick and simple, basically 90% of everything Disney specifically has made in the last 10 years. And today I want to explain why this is. And the answer is actually far simpler than many people think it is. Massive corporations want your money, and they don't really care too much about the actual source material or how you feel about said source material. And to me, this all stems from the fact that media and how people consume it has changed over the years. Comics, books, TV shows, and other media of that nature, while always something profitable, soared in terms of potential revenue over the last 20 years. And because of this, things that were once passion projects, individuals with ambition, dreams and things to say about the world, turned into chances for corporations to pump more gas into the never-ending capitalism machine. And this desire to make money first is exactly why it feels like we don't get any original content anymore, and only get adaptations of things that we have seen before. Making something original is inherently risky due to the fact that there isn't ever a fan base at the beginning. Every fan, every bit of praise has to be earned from the ground up. But when you adapt something that has already been established, corporations know that even if it isn't great, there's a high chance that it will be successful due to the fans that are already present from the start. And this desire to not take any risks and play it safe bleeds into the people that are put in charge of these projects. Many of these executive writers and directors don't actually love and appreciate the source material that they are adapting. Two phenomenal examples of this are David and Dan, who directed and wrote Game of Thrones, not actually reading the books, and Craig Mazin from The Last of Us, believing things about the characters from the video game that are just fundamentally false, such as Dina and Ellie having a sort of parent-child relationship at times. Not only that, but many of these executives have an ego about them that just genuinely rubs me the wrong way. It's very frustrating for me, especially as an aspiring creator that takes pride in the criticism that I receive, to see these individuals get an unbelievable amount of money to make a product that they don't truly love or appreciate, only to completely mess it up and then act as if they were in the right all along, and everyone who criticizes them has no idea what they are talking about. Now, I'm obviously generalizing, and not every creative head is like this, but there are enough of them who have this I did everything right, and if you disagree, you're wrong attitude, that I find it super disheartening whenever I see a new one pop up. Beyond that, I think another major issue is the false sense of security that corporations try to give their audience. And I'm going to need everyone to put on their thinking caps for this final point that I'm going to make. One of the main reasons all of these products keep failing is these massive corporations are using people's personal belief systems as a way to make money instead of actually having integrity with what they believe in. Some people call it being woke, others call it the agenda or the message, but whatever you want to name it, it is all just one big misconception. These corporations do not actually stand for any of the beliefs that they seem to be pushing onto the audience. Now, I need to get this out of the way for the remainder of my video to make sense. Please do not take what I'm saying as a chance to spread hate and bigotry. That is not at all the point I'm trying to make, and I don't claim that kind of thinking. My point is, these corporations that for a while were pushing a lot of these think pieces never actually cared about the progressive movement. They just wanted to be part of it to make money. They were just reacting to the climate of consumers and used their chameleon-like abilities to morph their products around the climate in order to make more money. This has been made all the more apparent since the new administration took power, and we've seen corporations around the world suddenly shift their ideals to fit the status quo to, you guessed it, make more money. So yeah, to make a long story short, the main reason as to why these adaptations keep failing is because many of these corporations in charge of these adaptations don't have any actual spine in terms of artistic merit and love for the product. The only thing they love is the cash that they can make from it. Do not let these corporations fool you. They do not care about how you feel. They do not care about your products. They do not care about the ties you personally have to the product that they are adapting. All they care about is making the most possible money as fast as possible. I know this is a very different kind of video for me to make. I usually make more analysis type videos on actual products, but the thing is, I've had so many people ask me over the last few months why I think so many products recently have been failing and why I'm always complaining, and this is why. I just needed to get this off my chest. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments down below, not only what you think about my video, but what you think about the topic of my video. I think it's really important that as a community, we discuss this and support one another, because if we don't, well, who will? But again, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.